Hey,
Amigas. You're being so... Should we do it again?
No, leave it.
Okay.
We're gonna leave this. We're on one. We're so hyper.
We're hyper.
Yeah.
We're ready to party. We're celebrating Val's birthday tonight. Well, just her and I.
You know, I think we're so hyper because you've been cooped up and I've been cooped up too, having this dumbass cold I sound like 8 octaves lower. But I've been cooped up since Christmas. That's how my Christmas was. I had a cold and I was sicky in bed. And I hated it.
Yeah, I don't like that for you.
No.
Yeah, my son has been sick for like 3 days with a fever. It's really sad. And I've truly been cooped up. I'm like kind of triggered from like 2020. It feels like when you had to stay in the house and my only breath of fresh air was like a car ride. And no, seriously.
So sad.
Yeah. And so today I was telling her earlier that I was like, I'll just go for a walk to get fresh air. And my son is 6 years old and I put him in a stroller.
I wish I could have seen that, just like his legs hanging off.
They were so
hitting
long.
the floor.
He actually ended up tucking him up and like fell asleep. But it's a jogger stroller. It's kind of funny looking. But I had to. I was desperate, and he got right in. And I brought him like snacks, and I brought my water, and I just went for. I meant to go literally on a 10-minute walk, and I was gone for an hour and 45 minutes. Oh. Yeah, 5 miles.
Good for you though.
Yeah,
That's
it felt
so
good.
needed.
I haven't been able to go to the gyms. There's a car that just skidded out. Sorry. I haven't been able to go to the gym. Oh my God. This is so embarrassing. What is wrong with us? So anyways, yes, cooped up. So that's why we're being weird. Sorry.
We're being so weird.
Yeah.
I like don't know how to.
I like it.
It's fine. It's fine. The only interaction I've gotten this week has been at my local coffee shop. And I even feel like a weirdo when I'm there because I have zero awareness when I'm talking out loud. Okay. So if I'm like trauma dumping on someone and everyone can hear, and it's just it's fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's okay. It's okay. They can know. Everyone knows.
It's fine. Okay. All right. Well, we're here. We made it. How was your Christmas?
It was a little weird. So the build up to Christmas was very emotional for me, honestly, if I'm just being real. It's the first, and I'm in the moment as it's happening in the days leading up to. I'm like, why do I feel like this? Why do I just want to like seclude myself from the world, not talk to anyone? Why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel, and then I'm like annoyed at myself for feeling that way. But then you kind of like, I'm just a slow processor. And after Christmas passed, I realized like it's okay that I felt this way, and the reason why is it's my first holiday season as a single mom.
Yeah.
And I haven't spent like 7-ish years. Like it's different. It's an adjustment. And it was weird to go from like a family of 3 to like just me and Hunter and trying to like figure out what my limits were with it, because I'm emotional and in myself and like kind of sad about it, but I also didn't want to like fully seclude myself from people, but I also didn't want to be overstimulated by people and like snap or be mean or rude or anything like that with anybody. So I chose to just do like a co-parenting Christmas day morning, and we opened gifts, and then Hunter left with his dad for a little bit, and then he came back, and I took Hunter to my family's house. And it was fun. It was nice. And it was just enough, you know. I just didn't have it in me. I'm so sorry to I forgot to silence my phone. I didn't have it in me to do the whole no offense, but people pleasing, making my rounds all across Southern California to visit everybody, you know. I didn't.
It's so exhausting.
Yeah.
I'm just like learning more and more now. Like I cannot travel on the holidays, even if it's an hour, 2 hours to the IE or whatever to see family. I need to be home. I need to be in my own house.
And who the hell, like, why are we driving all around town anyway? Like,
I have
why
no
can't we
idea.
just stay home? I don't get it.
I know.
Literally, but I understand family. You want to spend that time with your family. It's the holidays, but also it's hard when you have kids. Yeah. And you just like, I have my own family. I just want to stay here. Yeah. You know, and so it's hard, but got through it? How was how was your Christmas though? It was just like,
I mean, besides having a cold, it wasn't too bad on Christmas and Christmas Eve. But it was actually like really cozy and chill. We just like watched a lot of movies, which was fun. Like we watched all like the throwbacks, like Chronicles of Narnia. And we watched Elf, like all those kinds of movies, and it was really fun. Nice. So besides me not feeling well, it was fine. We went for a walk on Christmas Eve on the pier, and that was really nice.
I saw that.
Yeah. And that was like the perfect amount for me to like be out, because I'm like, I need sunshine. Like I can't just like be home and be like in bed. Like I feel like for me personally, that like makes me more ill. So I'm like, I just need fresh air and vitamin D.
Mentally ill.
And I did feel a lot better. But and then on Christmas we went to the beach too, and there was like no one there, and we brought the dog, we brought the kids, obviously. It was super chill. Cute. So I actually I can't complain. It was a good time. We did have some really intense family stuff happen that I legally can't discuss, which kills me because I'm an oversharer. I literally want to tell everyone every single detail of my life, which is actually on my list of outs of what we'll be discussing.
I'm excited to share to do these real quick. And also, like, this is kind of random, but thank you for having me back again.
Oh my gosh, you're like a regular.
I'm a regular. Okay, cool. Because I feel like I was just on the podcast. That was a few months ago.
Yeah.
Weird.
And for context, if you're newer here, Justine and I started the podcast together.
And then she kicked me out.
I fired her. I said, get out. No, she broke up with me, but it's fine. You can listen to our breakup episode. It was last year around this time.
Oh, was it?
I'm triggered. Yeah. But
sad. I'm sorry.
But it's fine. No, you needed to do what was best for you at the time, and
I was about to go through it.
Yeah.
And I think subconsciously I was mentally prepping for all the ways that I could get through that. But
But also you, I think, had like different goals that you wanted to work on
at the time,
like with business too, and this was kind of taking away from that. And for me, I just love talking. Give me a mic and I'll talk all day to everyone.
True.
So I was like, well, I'll just keep it going. And we started the podcast with the idea of like, hey, amigas, like, hey, friends, we want people to feel like they're in the living room talking with us or listening to us, I guess.
Yeah, having a conversation. Something easy to throw on while you're cleaning, cooking, driving, crafting, working, whatever.
Yeah. And so I wanted to keep that going, but bring on, actually, this is like a fun way to kind of like introduce what this podcast is about. I like the idea of bringing on people that I actually know versus like reaching out to a very out of touch influencer or someone, because I feel like the people, like my community's strong. I love the people that I'm friends with, and like they have experience and knowledge in things that I don't. So it's like fun to just talk and get like depth out of, I don't know. I'm like, I'm a sharer. So I'm like, I want everyone to see why I'm like crazy about this person and like why I love this friend so much. And
that makes sense. I feel like every person we know has a great story to tell.
Yeah.
I loved last week's episode with the therapist. What was her name? Vanessa.
Yeah.
She has a really great podcasting voice.
She does.
Did you notice that too?
Read bedtime stories to me every night. Like she just has a very soothing voice.
Yeah, when I was listening to the podcast, I was like, wow, she sounds like a professional like podcast voice or something. I don't know how to explain it, but she has a great voice.
I think mine was like, I said ours. My podcast. I'm not okay. My birthday's tomorrow and I'm not okay. It's fine. No, I think that my podcast was the third podcast she had been on. So she had experience, but I really enjoy talking to her because I only know her through a mutual friend. And so this was like our first time like actually hanging out and like talking rather than like being in like a big group like social setting. So,
right.
Anyways, I have amazing friends, and I like the idea too of bringing my friends like on rotation, just because like it's like we're catching like the public eye is like catching up on like your guys' lives too. So you are a regular, the public eye, your scandalous life.
Yeah. So interesting.
But yeah, so there's a good introduction on what this podcast is about and who Justine is if you are newer here and you're like, who's this chick?
Yeah, it's me.
But, well, for this episode, this actually will be airing on New Year's. So hopefully this will inspire all of you guys to reflect and maybe make some goals. I don't know if you love making goals, but I do. I'm like,
it's newer for me that I like it. I think last year was the first year I was really into goal making and refreshing in the new year. It was finally an appealing thing for me. Yeah. Whereas way in the past, I don't know, it's just me and my like younger self, just like, oh, it's just another day. Yeah. Like, who gives a shit? But it's a new year. It's okay to want to and if it's not your thing, that's okay too. But it's my thing. It's a lot of people's thing. That's why there's New Year's resolutions and people make and have new goals for the new year. And I'm excited for it this year.
Yeah. I like the idea of just having like a clean slate.
A clean state.
A clean slate, and just like, I'm very like goal oriented. But also, like, lately, I have not cared enough at the same time. Like, I like making goals, but I think as I'm getting older and wiser, I'm, like, realizing and having grace on myself where, like, it's okay if I don't meet those goals. So, I was actually reflecting the other day. I had to daydream. I looked very cute. I was, like, I had my headphones
with your journal.
My journal and my coffee. And I was just like, wow. And I was writing, like, goals for this year, and I was even writing like my failures out from like this past year that I thought I was gonna like be good at, or goals I was gonna achieve and I didn't, and made peace with that. And then I came up with a word to describe this year. You know how people have like word of the year or something, so I figured out what my word was for this year, which ironically was the word that I wanted, that I picked out last year at my birthday dinner. Were you there? You were there, right?
Yeah, I was there, but did you not realize it? Like, it hit you?
I didn't realize it until I was like writing it out, and I was like, oh my gosh, purpose.
Oh, purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I think I do remember you saying that, because I was like, oh, like doing everything with purpose, right?
With purpose and like having purpose.
Oh,
like,
okay.
And I think sometimes I can get really in my head if I feel like I'm like, who am I? I don't have purpose. And that's kind of what I went through last year. So this year I wanted to feel like confident with that. So I actually like wrote down, so I have my journal here like a freaking dork, but
no, I love it. I have mine in my phone notes.
You know, I got like 3 new journals for Christmas, and she cannot be stopped. I'm writing everything down.
I love it.
But I wrote like, oh my gosh, hold on. No, I wrote it in my other journal. Dang it. Okay, it's not a good idea to have 3 journals.
No, it's not. You should utilize one, and when you run out of paper, you move on to the next.
Yeah, you're right.
Wait, what? Okay, that's like a very me thing, like ADHD. You have like separate. It doesn't even. They're like, this one starts and it just you never pick it up again. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I was journaling, I guess, my word in the other journal, and I was writing like purpose, and I wrote like helped others find their purpose, which I feel like I'm good at, not to toot my own horn. And then I put like feeling confident with my purpose, being okay if not everything has purpose. Like, I just felt like the pattern that was coming up was purpose. So I'm currently trying to figure out a word for next year. I don't know yet. And maybe the inspo will hit tomorrow on my birthday, because that's when I get really reflective on my birthday. And it actually is so funny that my birthday's so close to New Year's, because I just like, I get reflective in general, and so I just think about everything. I'm just like,
that makes sense, because when my birthday comes around, it's like kind of like a mini New Year resolution time for me. It's my new birth year, I guess. So it's probably extra powerful for you, because it's the new year and it's a new year for you.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's so true.
I like it.
Yeah, but yeah, I have like my goals written out, but I thought it'd be fun. I've been seeing this trend on TikTok called ins and outs. And it's just like screenshots on like someone's like notes that's like ins, and they're very like, some of them are very like mundane and not that deep, like drinking more water, working out. And then some of them are like really deep, and I feel like mine is a mix of both. So things that we're bringing into the new year, things that we're getting rid of and taking out for the new year. So do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
You can. Mine's a lot shorter, so you can go first.
Okay. And I feel like I have little comments, a little bit of commentary for some of these things. But okay, so an in I'm bringing into the new year is better quality water, which
like alkaline water or something.
Yeah, yeah, like just like drinking like bougier water, because my Chantal, one of my friends who's really, really, really into health and like wellness, and she is like such a good researcher, and I am not. I get very overwhelmed. But she was saying something about like Costa Mesa water has like, it's like not good for you, and I do drink a lot of tap water, and
Ew.
she should tell
you. Drink tap water? You're a rat.
I am a rat. I'm a rat girl. The rats are following me. Yeah. Is that girl? I mean, I drink out of my Brita too, but even a Brita is like really not. I don't know. You guys will have to talk. Maybe I'll have Chantal on for a water episode.
Yeah, you should. I don't know if I'm. That is repulsive to me.
Really?
No offense. Yeah, yeah. I don't. It makes me mad.
Well,
dang.
Tap water's going out sometimes, not every time.
Okay. Do you guys drink tap water? Let us know in the comments below.
Is it really that gross?
In my opinion.
Well, at restaurants, when you order, do you drink tap water? Okay. At restaurants, they give you tap water. When you ask for water, they give you tap.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they fucking don't. I can taste tap water. I know what it tastes like.
Where do they get the water from in the restaurant?
They have filtered water at the restaurants.
They do not. I used to work at restaurants. They do not.
You used to work at restaurants. Yes. All of them?
Every single one of them.
Restaurants. You're fucking full of shit.
Okay, well, let us know.
What restaurant did you work at?
Corner Bakery. And
okay.
Actually, that one's a fountain one. So, but that's tap. That's tap. There's no way.
But it was
filtered.
probably a filtered spout. Like at Starbucks, when you get water, it's filtered. It's triple filtered. But like,
can someone confirm this? Because
they don't give you tap water.
I will. Okay,
honey.
If that's the case, then I don't drink tap water. If that is the case.
Okay.
Okay.
Tap water has a very distinct, like, disgusting taste to it.
So, like, grabbing water from the sink.
Yeah. That's tap water.
Okay.
I can guarantee you it's fine. We'll just put a pin in it. But
this whole conversation's about water. Well, if anyone out there wants to educate us on water. Educate me, I guess. If that is the case, though, then I don't drink tap water.
Okay.
But
I thought you meant you're like at home and you're just like
no. I have a Brita for that.
Okay.
But with that being said, I guess even like having a water filter, like it needs to be a specific filter. There needs to be a specific balance. Chantal knows. I'm gonna ask her, and I'm gonna come back with better water knowledge
stuff.
But.
Yeah, you can just get the big. So you know how I have those 5-gallon jugs? I go to the water store and buy water.
Right.
Yeah, but I could also buy like alkalized. I don't buy alkalized water.
She has like a bougie water machine.
Yeah, I think I know what that is. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So
she's super into it.
She's really into it, and she's like good at like knowing things, and not obviously.
She's good at knowing things. I love it. It's so cute. She's good at knowing things.
She's good at knowing things. Okay. Anyways, that was a tangent.
I know. Are we ever gonna get to sushi?
She's taking me out for sushi after this. We'll get there. Okay. The next thing is short and stubby nails. Short nails 2024.
I'm kind of inspired, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
I mean, my nail salon is very affordable. It's like an actual hole, stupid. It's a hole in the wall place, whatever. But mine it's like $28 for my acrylic.
Oh, that's not bad.
Gel. Yeah. And there's only one lady there that does a good job. Okay, don't go to the other ladies.
Oh no.
But yeah, I'm happy. But also like probably even cheaper to do that. It's cute. It looks good.
Thanks. Yeah. I want to feel confident in not needing long acrylic nails.
Right.
And that's fine. And I think too, this will be more motivation for me to actually take like my hair and
skin and nails things,
like vitamins and like collagen and stuff, because I don't do a good job at like remembering that right now, because I'm like, oh, it's like acrylics, it's fine. But so short and stubby nails 2024. Okay, cooking more, saving money, which I feel like everyone can add to their list. What is going to be in for me is hobbies that I'm bad at. So like being okay with like failing and being okay at like not being good at something.
Right.
I feel like it's humbling. I think I've been thinking a lot about hobbies that we're not good at, or hobbies that we don't make money from. And I'm like, that would be good for me. I feel like just learning to be patient in a skill will be really good, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I like it.
Talking slowly and more intentional, which I'm probably not doing a good job at this episode. But I just said I want to say like and a lot less. I've noticed that I'm not well spoken. Like, I'm not saying this in like a pity me type of thing. I don't feel like I sound smart when I talk.
Oh.
And so I feel like I actually sound dumb.
No, I don't think you sound dumb.
Really?
Yeah, you use the filler words a lot, like an
Yeah,
I do as well.
Yeah.
But I've became conscious of it one day in sorry to interrupt you
No,
too.
you're good.
In an Instagram story, I was editing and I was like, how many actual times have I said and like? This is I noticed because I had captions and it spells out and like.
Yeah.
And I even in the next slide was like, I just said and like, I don't know how many times. If anyone has tips or tricks, I feel like we talked about this before.
Yeah.
And they just said it's just a filler word. Instead of saying and like, just be quiet for a second because you're just filling in, you're thinking, you're processing. That's why you say like and because it's like, you know, it's the bridge into your next thought and you're allowed to be quiet as you're processing your next thought.
Yeah. And I want to be good about that. I don't want like filler.
It's okay. We're going to notice it more as
I know.
It's okay.
I don't want filler words to be used when I could just be, I don't know. I want to be able to speak more intentionally. Like I want to speak with I want my words to have purpose. Back to the word purpose. I talk to certain people and they sound very intelligent when they speak, and I feel like I don't.
You sound fine. I understand though, and it's okay for you to want to improve your speech.
Yeah,
that's okay. I don't want to invalidate that, but just so you know, I don't think you sound dumb. And some people are just different the way that they speak.
Yeah, and I blame it on my ESL because
sure.
I speak 3 languages, so. Come at me for not being smart enough. I'm just kidding. No, I appreciate that. Responding, not freezing.
Oh, like when I was getting yelled at. I don't even care that you froze. I got yelled at in a coffee shop. We're not going to get into the story.
I kind of want to, but it's fine.
But we're going to miss sushi. Okay, we're going to miss sushi if we do.
Long story short, Justine was verbally abused by this old man at a coffee shop that was yelling about her dog. And it was so crazy. It was one of those moments. I was with her. That's why I'm like speaking on this. But it was one of those moments where it felt like the music cut off and all you could hear is this guy like assaulting her with his words. And this is a trauma response for me. I freeze in stressful situations, especially when a man is being aggressive. And I've had a few times where like males have like gotten out of the car and like have like yelled at me and cussed me out, and I just freeze and I cry. And in that moment, I froze, and I was like, I was so, and I've already talked to you about this. I was so mad that I froze. But also it's like when someone's being that aggressive too, like how do you get them to calm down? Because if you just like fight back, they're going to like, I don't know, bullies are always going to figure out a way to bully you.
Nothing's going to satisfy them. Yeah. Because I mean, if anything was going to, my language in the beginning would have diffused the situation. Yeah. But there was none. Yeah. Anyway.
And I think like in that particular situation, like the people that worked at the coffee shop came and intervened and asked them to leave. So like that's like realistically the only good outcome in a situation like that, because like me yelling back is not going to help. But I do know that about myself, that I freeze in situations, and so I want to be better about responding. But I know it's a trauma response, so I don't know if that's something that can be learned.
Like a goal to have. It is something you could potentially learn, because I learned to be that way. I used to freeze up all the time. And I think I shared with you already, the way I grew from it and changed was I don't know if this happens to you, but I would go home, I would think about it, I'd beat myself up. Why didn't I stand up for myself or that person or whatever? And then when another situation came up where I'm being talked down to or whatever, some kind of confrontation, I slow down the moment, go in my head and ask myself, is it worth going home later like you did in previous times and just beating yourself up for not standing up for yourself? What's more powerful, that feeling or getting over my anxiety right now of speaking up for myself? And that's how I overcame it. And just always kind of like calmly trying to read whatever. That's kind of how I overcame it. But it's okay. I mean, even if you never get to that place, sometimes it's better not to there's crazy people out there, you know?
And honestly, that is a thought of mine too. Like, what if I piss off the wrong person and they I don't know, like God forbid they actually hurt me in some kind of way. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. I mean, I hope I'm not in situations where I'm having to practice this, but we'll see. Okay, I also have accepting body changes. I feel like that just happens as you get older. After having kids, our hips get wider, maybe butts get saggier, boobs get saggier. I don't know. I want to feel okay with like
aging.
And not so much aging. Like I have wrinkles on my face and I can like be fine with that. And there's beauty in that. There's a lot of beauty in aging. It's a privilege. But more like accepting body changes, like being okay if like pants from 5 years ago don't fit me anymore.
Right.
And I've had a few situations, a few incidents like that specifically happening this year, where my first instinct and my first thought was to be like, oh my gosh, but I'm working out. Why is this not fitting me? And just like accepting, like, first off, that's muscle that I'm putting on. And that's very different than just being scrawny and small, which I've been my whole life. But also accepting like, well, I'm in my 30s, like my body is changing and that's okay. So feeling confident in that. Solo time. I love being solo. I love doing things alone, but I think sometimes it's very easy for me to like call friends and be like, you want to do this with me? And I think that that's fine. But there are times where I'm like, you know what? I just want to go to the beach by myself and like read a book or, you know, do things like that.
Right.
So, I put, hay comida en la casa. There's food at home. It's like a saying for like Latino households.
Like, don't eat out.
Like,
there's food at the house.
Yeah, like it's like a funny like cliche saying where like you ask your mom like, Mom, can we like go get food outside? And they're like,
and
comida en la casa. There's food at home. So
okay.
Just remembering that, because sometimes I'm like, oh, just because I'm going to get drinks at this like wine bar doesn't mean like I need to eat there. Like I can eat at home. That's fine. That's like more sustainable anyway.
Right. So, okay.
Posting more fits for fun. I want to be cute with my, I feel like I like look cute every day, I think. And so like being good about posting is, but just for fun. I don't want the pressure of that or anything.
Right.
Hot girl walks and unplugged nights. So those are all my ins, and my outies are, I put caring too much, because I really do care so much. And I'm a feeler and it's exhausting. And or like I just care too much sometimes about like what people think, and not in a way where I'm like I'm doing things to get their approval, but I'm like, oh
like a people pleasing thing, right?
Kind of like I'm like, oh, I don't want that person to think that about me. Like I have to prove something, like I'm actually this way. And so I don't know. It's very interesting, and I don't want to care anymore. So and just like being okay with like not everyone's gonna like you, and that's fine.
Right.
I put overspending. Me. sometimes, not always. Grumpiness, and this was funny because I actually saw on a TikTok, which I showed you, where a girl was like, funny. It's actually really funny. She was like saying like, you know what's embarrassing? Like being grumpy is so embarrassing. She's like chill, like you're gonna get a nap, you're gonna get to sleep when you get home, you probably just need some food, it's gonna be fine. And I'm like, that is so true, because I can be very grumpy to like my husband and my kids. Like they're probably the only ones I'm ever really grumpy towards. And I'm like, ew, that's so embarrassing. Like, that's cringe. So we're throwing grumpiness out for the year. I put impulsivity. I can be very, very, very impulsive. Almost to a fault, where I'm like, yeah, let's go out. And then I'm out till like 2 a.m. And I'm like, this was not a good idea. But I like to do it for the vibes, you know? So.
Yep.
TV before bed. Overstimulation. I don't know exactly why I put that or what that means, but I do feel overstimulated easily. So maybe
avoiding things that overstimulate you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put feeling drained by research. If you guys know anything about me, it's that I won't research anything. Obviously, with the water fiasco that just happened, I don't like to do research. I get very overwhelmed and drained, but I want to put my big girl pants on and be like, I'm going to research this and it's going to be fine. I'm not going to feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to throw that out the window.
Yeah.
I put acrylic nails. So speech improvement, less ums and less likes. Needing validation. This is a hard one for me. Needing to feel understood and feeling anxious if misunderstood.
You've come a long way with that.
Thank you.
You have.
I appreciate that.
You really have. Yeah. Compared to like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really big struggle for you. And I feel like you've done so much better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes hand in hand with like caring too much. I worry so much that people aren't going to understand me. And I was reflecting the other day. I'm like, but why does that matter so much? Like, it's okay if I'm not understood by everyone.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is oversharing, which is so hard. It's so hard.
It's hard. It's your personality type. I'm very similar too.
I know.
Yeah.
And some of these things I'm like, we'll see if I actually throw them out for the next year. But I'm also like kind of battling like, well, is it a big deal if I'm like that? Like, what if that's just me? But I'm also like, but I want to have control. I think that's the biggest thing. I want to have control of things. I want to feel like I'm in control and have more wisdom and discernment on some of these things. So,
right.
Those are my innies and my outies.
Okay, so, cool. Those were fun.
Were they?
Yeah, they were fun.
Thank you.
I think, so to start with the word of the year, and it just came to me when you were talking. I was listening, I swear. But the word popped up was like slow. I like that. Slowing down, going slower, a slower pace for things so that I can pay kind of like what you said, more purpose or more attention to detail or more purposeful, I guess, doing things. And I tend to do things really fast and under pressure and last second, and everything feels fast for me. I was telling my therapist, I feel like my life is in fast forward motion some days where everything's just moving so quickly. I'm doing everything fast and everything's sloppy and everything just gets... And then my head starts to feel that way. So I like to go slow in big projects, like anything to do with Osoy, so with work in my business and also with my daily life too. Just go slow, and it's okay if things, but also not procrastinating. So those go hand in hand. So I have to move fast if I'm procrastinating, but if I'm not procrastinating, I can move slow. And it's okay to, I think I get really hard on myself when I'm slow. In anything, slow to get out of the house, slow to finish a project, slow to process things. And I would like to be more comfortable with slowness.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
It makes sense to me.
I ran into a friend who's like Instagram famous. I ran into her at Daydream, and she had posted the day before that she had burnt her hand like really, really bad while she was like boiling eggs for her kids. And I like hopped in line for her. I'm like, she's had a hard week. I want to buy her coffee. And so I just like hopped in line and we were chatting, and I was like, well, what happened? And she was like, she said it so beautifully. She had said something along the lines of like, I was in a hurry, like getting breakfast, whatever, like doing the whole thing in the kitchen. And her sweater had gotten caught on like the on like the pot. And that's how she got burnt. The water like fell on her. And she was like, it was just a reminder to be slow. And the way she was talking was really slow, and she was just looking at me in the eyes, and I was just like, that is such a good reminder, because I can also be the same way as you. And maybe that is where like my overstimulation comes from, is like I'm
rushing,
multitasking, and for some reason I take pride in multitasking. I'm like, I can do it all at once, it's fine, like look at all these things I can do. And a comment that I hear from a lot of people is like, you do so much, it's inspiring, like I love how much you do, how do you do all the things? And I think that's almost not, I know they mean well, but I think that that's almost not good for me, because I'm like, well, if that's who I am, if that's my identity, I need to like keep going and doing all these things, and like I'm over here, I'm over there. But I think it's so beautiful to like find peace with slowness, I like I said, I get frustrated at myself when I'm moving too slow, and that's weird. That's a weird thing I would like to kind of dissect or like get into more. Ask myself, why am I upset that it's taking me long? I will literally just be trying to get out of the house, and I forget something, or, I got to make sure I feed like when we were leaving my house earlier, I was getting, and then I felt like you're going to be impatient with me, and you're not, I know, but I forgot to do a couple things. It took me a minute to get out of the house. And why can't I just be okay with that? I'm not a guy, like a lot of guys, I feel like they can just leave in an instant. I don't know what it is about them. I'm not like that. No, Zach's not like that, actually.
Oh, he's not.
He gets so stressed. And is like,
just trying to leave the house. So yeah, just slow.
There's actually, I mean, I know you're not a reader, are you?
No.
Well, there's a really good book that I read right before and during and after I had Rio, if that makes sense. Like right before she was born, I started this book, and it has a religious undertone. It's by a Christian pastor, but it was so good, and it's called The Ruthless Elimination of the Word Hurry, and he talks a lot about that, like, and it was so cool because I feel like reading that during that time, like as I was transitioning to having 2 kids and then COVID hitting and like going through a lot of transitions like that, like I needed that book. It was so there were so many good things, and I've actually been thinking like I should reread it. So
yeah,
I'll have to send you like a few things, because I'm like, when I have books, which isn't often, I'm not like a huge like bookworm, which I want to be, but I like highlighted and like wrote down a lot of like notes and things inside the book, just because I like to like look back and see like what stood out to me at the time, and then like getting something different out of it.
Okay, fun. So, yeah, if you read that again, let me know.
Yeah,
that sounds nice. There are some books, if it really speaks to me, I can read. Yeah, it's just very, very rare.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a good one. It's literally, it's talking about exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. So, that's cool. Okay, so it's a thing. It's a thing. It can happen. Okay, so
what are your innies and outies?
My innies. So my ins, my ins for 2024 to-do lists. I have major actual ADHD, and the only way I can unscramble what's in my brain and get things done is with a to-do list. And I don't utilize that tool enough. I know it's helpful for a lot of people, ADHD or not. So getting into the habit of making to-do lists. Yeah. Simple in business and personal life. It just is, it's such a stress reliever too. Just checking off those boxes as I go and seeing what's left and adding to it if something new pops up, rather than, because I have this mental to-do list all the time and it doesn't work. Yeah. You know? More water. Again, I used to drink a gallon of water every single day. I've kind of fallen off that. I don't know. I'm probably at like a half gallon again. So just more water. Exercise at least 3 times weekly. December was a really rough month for me, and for one reason or another, it wasn't lack of motivation. I have not been able to work out more than 2-3 times, if I'm lucky, a week in December, because people get sick, or I get sick, and just something keeps coming up, or I have like a thing. My gym also was closed every Friday since I think the end of November. I didn't know that. It sucks. Why? I don't know. I didn't ask. It's really, that's annoying. No offense, but stupid. Like, no, really though. But they're opening back up every Friday starting January, so that's good. Okay, cool. And so exercise, doing less. What did I mean by that? Do less, I guess. Yeah, so I feel like sometimes I'm either doing too much or too little. And so maybe more of like a balance, not do less, but balancing what I'm doing on a daily basis. Yeah, it's like I'll have my lazy off days, which it's okay to rest. Sometimes I get a little too carried away with it. And then when I'm finally back in the mood to be motivated, I have 2 times the work had I just gotten back into it like one day prior, instead of taking so many rest days. There's not really a good balance there, if that makes sense. So yeah, doing less or being more balanced, planning ahead. I am the worst at plugging things into my calendar, as you know. I actually want to, so this could be part of the in, is hanging up my whiteboard calendar that my friend Chelsea bought me. It's been underneath my desk, I think, this entire year. Oh my God. And just because I'll constantly ask people, wait, do we have plans? Or when is this? Or when did you say this was? And if I could just put a whiteboard up and it's just like Friday night dinner with Valerie, it's just there. Yeah. You know, so that's.
You have been doing a lot better this year, though.
I have been doing better this year. That is correct. Yeah.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Exactly. And then, okay, so I want to try renovations in the home. Ooh, like projects. That's cool. And it feels so intimidating to me. And there's so many things I think I would be if I wasn't a candle maker. And one of those many things would be, I would love, like, contract work is so intriguing to me. I like to watch TikToks and videos on YouTube of how to replace your countertops or how to replace your cabinets. And I'm always surprised at, like, it's not that it's easy, but it's a lot more simple and less complex than you think if you have the right tools. And then, of course, experience. But yeah, I would like to start with just small projects like painting my bedroom, or I do want to replace my countertop. It's just like a 9-foot one-piece thing. You can buy a butcher block from Home Depot. You seal it and cut it the right way and blah, blah, blah. It looks so easy, actually.
You could totally do it.
My dad could help me. Yeah. And I think we could do it together. And
I feel like you have it in you to be like crafty and DIY. That's
and then, cool. And then I would feel so cool after, you know, like it would feel awesome. So my kitchen countertop, it needs some love. So anyways, just little things like that, just to feel like more cozy in the house.
Yeah.
Or switching out my ceiling fan. I want a new ceiling fan.
Yeah.
And I looked up a video. I'm like, that looks so easy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And like fans are like $100. So anyways, stuff like that. And then
sorry for all the coughing in this episode. Oh my gosh, I'm so over this.
I would like to try more new coffee shops. I like to stick to the same thing over and over and the same menu item at the same food places. So I think being more adventurous and like actually leaving the city to try new places. I have a friend / customer named Brittany Ritchie. I don't know if she listens to this, but her love language is, I think she said every Saturday her and her boyfriend go to a new coffee shop.
Oh, that's cute.
And they go all over the place. I
Really?
see them and she's always posting, I see them in San Diego, Long
my
Beach,
gosh.
literally everywhere
That's so
in SoCal.
fun.
It's
That's
cute.
really cute.
And they find, it looks like it's all really good stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
love
inspiring to me. And then my outies or my outs are screen time. Avoiding very important tasks like filing my taxes.
I feel that.
Just
I
do
feel
it,
that.
and then you don't
know.
have to do it.
I'm
I don't
gonna write
get
that
it.
on mine.
I literally
Yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah.
Like
I just filed my taxes from
me
this
too.
year.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
I think I filed mine like 2 weeks after you. Because
Oh
I
my
remember you
gosh.
talking about it,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I guess I should do it. Yeah.
How are we mothers?
I don't know.
How are we adults?
I don't know.
That's
I hate
so
it.
ugly.
I
of
hate
us.
taxes so much.
Well,
and
it's
luckily I didn't
yeah.
owe. You didn't owe, right? Because if you owe, you get penalized. You got penalized? The sniffle.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I didn't know money, and so I didn't get penalized, thankfully, because I
That's so
thought I was going to
nice.
pay a big penalty.
Yeah.
But anyways, doing stuff like that,
Being an
and
adult.
yeah, I think what I meant by this is actually like writing out goals so that I can remember what they are, so I can achieve them in the first place. Wait, these are outs.
You're on outies.
Oh, I'm on goals. Oh my god, dumb. Okay, sorry. That was it for my outies.
Your outies though is not. Oh, avoiding hard things. That's what you said. Avoiding.
I just blanked out. Yes, like taxes.
Avoiding your taxes.
It was like a factory reset out of nowhere. No, literally my mind went completely like white in the
Oh
like
my
my
gosh.
brain visually was just like a blank white sheet of paper. Okay. Anyways,
I hope everyone watches the actual video of this because we don't look okay. We look cute, but we don't look okay.
I think what happened was goals looked like it was one of my outies. It's like, why are goals my outies? And I was like, oh, maybe
you do
it's
have goals written down.
but goals is like a whole separate category. So what are my goals for 2024?
Wait, those are your only outies?
Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad you're perfect and don't have a lot of outs.
That's not what I'm saying, okay? What happened was I literally did this right before we started recording. So I probably have a lot more outs. Honestly. That's loud. Okay. Oh, it's how dare you? I know. That's why I'm like, it doesn't make sense. You didn't send the ambulance. Did you call 911?
Actually.
Anyway. Okay, let's just move on.
So you only have 3 outies. I think that's fine though. Like I kind of sprung this on you because when we were talking about the episode theme, it kind of started off like, let's talk about our goals.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like, let's do this TikTok trend like last minute.
That's okay.
So if you want to be a little bit more reflective as we go into the year, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But
Which I probably will be.
Yeah. I actually want to have a vision board / goal planning party, but after the new year.
I saw those. They're cute.
I want to do it. I want to do it like old school too, with like old magazine
Magazines.
cutouts
Yeah,
and stuff. I have to
that'd be
order
fun.
like a ton on eBay right now,
Yeah.
actually. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm really excited. I'm feeling hopeful for 2024 because I feel like
too.
this year for us it was just hard because like life is just expensive right now. That's honestly probably been the hardest thing for us. And I don't know. I feel like hopefully next year's a little bit easier. Like I feel like a lot of my friends are like going through unemployment and just like difficulty in their businesses. And so I just hope that next year looks a lot better.
Yeah. Me too.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Can I share some goals?
Share some goals, Queen? I wonder if I have, oh, sorry.
Yeah, because didn't you do goals? Why did I do goals if you didn't?
Because I at first told you I want to do goals, and then I flipped the switch on you.
8:10, just so you know.
Okay. We got sushi.
We're so unprofessional.
We got sushi to get.
So my goals, these are mixed personal and business goals. So one of my goals in business is to create a core collection. Finally, so this would be a variety of 6 different candle blends that stay all year round. And these are going to be, I'm going to look at like my top 10 or 15 sellers and then chop down what makes sense to have year round, right? Because I'm not going to have, so Christmas Tree Farm was probably number 1 or 2 top seller this whole year, but that doesn't make sense to have year round. So I'm going to, break it down to 6 different blends, and that'll help with my wholesale accounts. I feel like sometimes my wholesale accounts can't keep up with what I have available. They'll ask for a blend and I have to tell them, oh, that was from spring, sorry, or that was from summer. So it'd be nice to have this solid list of here's my core collection, always going to be available. They're top sellers. They're always going to sell for you. They're going to fly off the shelf. You don't have to worry about any of them not selling well. And then I rotate seasonal blends. So I just think it'll make a lot more sense for my wholesale. And wholesale, I've been working. I would love more wholesale accounts. I need to work on that. I've been approached and I've dropped the ball on wholesale accounts. It's a challenge for me for whatever reason. So and then I would like to go on a jog once a week. I actually learned that I like jogging or running, and as every time I've only done it maybe 4 or 5 times since I don't know, a few months ago, and each time my time got quicker and quicker.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I started at 12 minutes, and then the next time it was 11, then it was 10, and then almost 9, I think. So I don't know if that's fast or not, but I like that challenge, and it's fun. So
I like that.
Yeah, more jogging just once a week. More crafting with my son. I realize he actually is really into... He can focus a lot better on crafting, and I didn't realize that until a few weeks ago. We were just doing some stuff together. So I like crafting. I think it'd be fun to I'm typically good at giving him enough credit. I just didn't realize because in the past he couldn't sit down and focus on that, and I just was like, we'll put a pin in this and we'll revisit it at a different age. So more crafting with him and more trips with him. I recently went to Long Beach with him, and it hit me that I don't take him, not that he's cooped up in the house a lot, but I don't take him really out of, like I said earlier, out of the city much. And I feel like it feels daunting, the thought of taking him out as a single mom. So it's just me and him somewhere far. I'm worried that, I don't know, something's going to go wrong, or I need, whereas I used to have my partner with me, I need that support. But truly, I am capable of taking him out on adventures, just me and him. And it might be, and no, I'm not saying this with any shade, it just might be less stressful even with just me and him, because it's one less person to entertain and feed or whatever. So I would like to just go on more adventures that are out of our city with Hunter, Long Beach or San Diego or whatever. I would like to take him out more. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, those are my goals.
I have a lot of goals.
Oh my God, we have to go soon.
Okay, I'm going to go through them really, really fast. It's a mix of business and personal. I even organize, P for personal. I put Cute. Toned AF. I'm trying to get there. I'm going to try to do 10 pull-ups unassisted, which I a few months ago, my goal was 10 push-ups, and then I just did them one day, and I was like, oh my gosh, and got adrenaline from doing real push-ups. Finally coming out with my book. My photo book, which I dropped the ball this year, and that's fine. I failed at that, and it's okay. Signing to an agency.
Okay.
I think. I don't know how I feel about that yet. It would be nice. It would be nice to, I don't know, do that. Volunteering consistently. I really want to, I don't have a lot to give as far as financially. I'm not this millionaire that can just give a bunch of money to charities as much as I would love to, but the thing I have is time, and so I want to give my time to volunteering in the community or somewhere that could use me. So
Okay.
picking up music again, so singing,
Yes.
songwriting, guitar playing, which I feel like a lot of my close friends don't know that side of me, so it'd be really
Yeah,
fun
I've
to,
heard of this side of you. I've never seen this side of you.
yeah. When Zach and I used to live in Iowa, we would have like concerts at our local coffee shop. And
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
adorable.
Thanks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we did like
Stop.
Pink Floyd covers, Fleetwood Mac covers.
Together in a microphone?
I would sing and he would play the guitar, or he would like harmonize in the back.
God,
but
that's cute.
thank you.
Do it.
Do it. I'm gonna try.
Yes.
I'm gonna try it. Zach is the one who's really good at songwriting. I'm not the
Okay.
best, but he is like an amazing songwriter. I really want to get my Mexican citizenship, and I'm gonna try this year.
Oh, cool.
That was
Okay.
a goal of mine from this past year that I didn't get around to because I was overwhelmed by research. I don't know why this is cheesy to like say out loud, but maybe it'll be cute a year from now when it happens and you guys are like, oh my God, Val, I remember you said that. I don't know why, I really want my face to be in Sephora stores.
Okay.
So I don't know why. Like I do a lot of like face modeling, a lot of like makeup and product modeling. I want to see my face in the stores. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it just feels, it would feel very satisfying. That feels vain to say, and it's going to be okay if not. So, I really want to learn Super 8 film. So
fun.
shooting video, which I'm
Cute.
really scared of because I know I'm going to fall in love with it. And then all I'm going to want
gonna be
is just,
expensive.
I'm going to be like shooting everything. Unplugged nights. I really want to go to a nutritionist. I want to see like what my blood type is, and well, I don't think they find that out for you, but I want to know what foods I should be eating according to my blood type.
Oh my God, the
And-
next goal though? Are you serious?
Yeah, why?
I would love you to do that.
Have I talked to you about the next one?
No.
Oh my
I don't
gosh,
think
because
so.
I literally have a note. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up my notes and show you that wait, that's so cute that you already
you
looked at
kidding
it.
me?
Wait, look. I have vendors. Oh, soy. That's my first one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How cute.
The next goal is hosting a market. I've always wanted to do that. I feel like I'm really good at hosting events.
You're the perfect person to host a market.
I appreciate that. And I've always been in my head because I'm like, well, I don't have a craft. I don't have a store or like a business that I could be like, here, shop from me and then shop from these other vendors. But I'm like, I feel like I'm a person who's really good at networking. I'm a person, I know I'm creative. I have good ideas. I'm good at bringing people together. And so I want to utilize that for a market. So
it would be so fun.
Aw.
And people would definitely show up. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Wait, that was such a sweet.
Sweet.
That was a sweet reaction from you.
Yeah, because I got excited. I got really excited.
Thank you. Wow, that's really sweet. And my last one, this one's kind of like woo-woo, but I want to tap into remedies and like cooking through my indigenous roots.
Okay.
So vapor rub is not one of them, even though I love vapor rub, but I want to cook more with like certain spices that my ancestors have used and swear by, and that's something that I'll have to do more research on. But
fun.
Yeah, I really want to like tap into that.
Okay.
And so I have a few cooking books that I haven't really explored, but maybe I'll start there. So
nice.
yeah.
I love it.
I'm so excited. I feel good.
too.
I like how we like started off this episode like, well, now we're all like serious.
Well,
and
I
sensitive.
feel like I don't know why this word bothers me, and I don't want to, just the word manifest. I don't know why.
It kind of bugs me too a little bit.
But also like there is a goodness to it, like manifesting, because I can't think of any other word, but us sitting here and talking about our goals, it really is a manifestation of it, because if you hadn't shared that with me, it was kept all in your head, or if you hadn't journaled it, you're not manifesting it. So I guess that was a nice outlet right now. And now I feel like we've said it all, so now we're holding, holding ourselves like, accountable.
Personally, the problem I have with the word manifesting is I feel like I don't know if this is true or not. I'm curious. I want to look up the definition, but I feel like it's like, I need this to happen or I'm going to be upset. And for me, I want to try my best to make those things happen, but I also know I'm not in control of my own life. I believe in a higher power, obviously. And so I want to be able to like surrender control and be like, you know what, I'm going to work towards this. And if it doesn't happen, I want to have peace with that.
Yeah.
So
correct,
I think that's why maybe, I don't know. Cause I get a little freaky with that word too, but it's like totally fine if people use it. And like I use it jokingly. I'm like, oh, like I manifested that. Like if a coincidence happens or something.
And I'm not putting anyone down for using that word.
Yeah.
I just, for me personally, like using the word I'm going to manifest this doesn't resonate with me.
I agree.
Just me.
Yeah.
Just a me thing. So
it's just we're quirky.
We're crooked? What are we?
We're quirky. Okay, I need to stop. I need food. Maybe that's why I'm like going.
I'm hungry
crazy
too. Yeah, we're gonna go celebrate her birthday, 31.
31.
So it's crazy because you just turned 30 last year, and I don't know if you remember what I was telling you. It's like it's just gonna keep. I remember when I turned 30. I'm about to turn 36 this year.
Oh my god,
that's ugly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
okay.
it's really ugly.
Well.
So, and then I'll be 40 soon. It's not that far away.
I know, that's really weird.
Isn't that weird?
It's crazy.
I love it.
Time is weird, but
yeah.
Happy New Year's to you guys.
Yes, Happy New Year.
We hope that you are recovering from a wild night before, and if you didn't have a wild night, do some reflecting, go out for a walk, get some sunshine, and think about what the new year's gonna look like, and then let me know your goals and your innies and outies. I need to stop saying they keep
innies
picturing
and
the belly
outies.
button.
I know, me too.
But anyways, thank you so much, guys. Bye, amigas.
Bye.